Big thanks to MPB for sponsoring today's video.
I am exploring North Wales for the first time with my camera equipment. I know, why on earth has it taken me this long? We choose some pretty dismal weather, but this is a collection of the places I explored and the photographs that I took. Enjoy! I have seen so many photos and videos of this location, and I've always been absolutely mind blown by it, but nothing compares to standing here and experiencing it in person. So I'm jumping straight in and sort of going with the first scene that I was excited by, that I was drawn to, and it is the go-to sort of obvious honeypot scene, and I can see why, because it works absolutely beautifully. We have this beautiful stream, this cascade that's leading your eye through the image, past this tree here, to this amazing lake, mountain landscape in the background, and it just works so well. And at this level, I like the separation I have between the lake and this rock here. However, I don't like these rocks in the bottom peering through. And I think to get rid of those, I'm going to have to get closer or lower, and I may not get that separation there. I think what I'm going to do is just try a few different scenes and see what I think works, and sort of get this obvious shot out of the way so then it's out of my mind, and then go and explore some more.
I tried making the rocks a main feature of the image, and then also experimented by bypassing them and stitching a couple of images together. But the result looked so unnatural in my opinion, which made me laugh. I certainly preferred the previous two images.
So I'm using a few different filters for this location. Although it looks very overcast, it's actually quite bright today. So I'm using a polarizing filter to reduce highlights. I'm using an ND filter to allow myself to achieve slower shutter speeds with the water, as I like quite slow shutter speeds with moving water. And then I'm using a grad ND just to pull the highlights down in the sky slightly. Oh, it's a bit windy. So the stream this time is not leading your eye to the background. Instead, it's sort of just, it's going off frame. But what I love about this scene, this landscape, there's so many curves and shapes. The water weaving between these rocks, the way the ground sort of curves and dips, revealing that lake, and then your eye has to go back up again to this mountain. So I'm going to take this image, and then I'm going to try cropping this stream out completely and just getting that beautiful curve, those lovely shapes of the landscape. I think I could have spent all day up there. However, there are other places that I'd like to go and have a look at today in the area. So there is no time to dilly-dally. We must skedaddle. Oh, how the weather can change. I now have to skedaddle because I'm just starting to absolutely tip it down. And to be fair, we were forecast some heavy downpours, but I was hoping it would hold off. But apparently not. Hopefully it doesn't set the tone for the rest of the day. Also, I bought this little handle sticky thing for my action camera so I can hold it and walk and talk, but unknowingly I bought a selfie stick. Let me show you. It just hello. It's ridiculous.
North Wales is famous for its unpredictable weather, and on this small hike to catch some lake views, it just couldn't seem to make its mind up. Still, I was determined to make the most out of the day. This view is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, look at this. And it's bizarre to think that I started all the way over here earlier. But I think I'm going to take an image of this view, the second lake sort of peering in on the right there. I'm a bit concerned about all of this green space here. It'd be great if we had some shadow contrast here, but I'm just going to give this a go. So I'm going to have a bit of fun, I think, with this scene. And I'm going to play around with a long exposure image, specifically the sky. We have some fast moving clouds, so I have a 10-stop ND filter that I'm going to pop on, and I also have my grad ND that I'm going to pop on for the sky as well. And I think it's going to be an exposure of sort of 1 to 2 minutes, somewhere through there, in between there, around there. And so it's going to take a few images to kind of get the exposure where I want it. And why aren't you going down? There we go. And hopefully this makes an interesting image. I switched to time exposure mode, starting the shot with a press of the shutter button, using my phone as a stopwatch, and then ending it once the time was up. As I waited, the clouds began to roll in again, growing darker and more ominous by the minute. Typically, as I'm starting long exposures, the cloud has come back in and it is starting to rain again. So I think what I'm going to do is pack up really, really quickly and just start heading back down, as it's starting to get really, really cold. But that wasn't the end of the adventure. So I've come back to this lake, this area, because I felt a bit gutted that yesterday I was so cut off by the terrible weather and I didn't get around to exploring the far side of this lake. And when I hiked upwards, I didn't go all the way to the top. And I have FOMO, I need to do these things. And seeing as the weather is a bit better today, it's coming in later on this afternoon, I thought I might as well just go for it and tick it off my list. I swapped to my action camera so that essentially I didn't have to do this hike twice, and the ascent began. It was a steep climb, but wow, the views made every step worth it. What a spectacular view. This is amazing. And there's also some really great jagged rocks up here that could be fantastic for foreground subject in images. I think because when the wind comes through, It's pretty strong, and I'm going to start getting cold the longer I stay up here because I've sort of stopped moving. I think I'm just going to nab some photos pretty quickly off camera and show them to you, and then make my way down again. I feel very elated after that. There's just nothing like being rewarded with such a beautiful view after a bit of a hike. So now I'm almost at the bottom. I'm just taking a moment to refuel and recharge before continuing onwards. So while I do that, I would just like to thank MPB for sponsoring today's video. MPB is an online platform where you can buy, sell or trade in used video and photo kits. All of the kit that you see on MPB is graded by their team of experts so that you can buy with confidence and trust, with condition ratings, a full product description, and images of the exact product provided alongside a free extended warranty. When you buy from MPB, they will deliver it in plastic-free packaging, which I absolutely love because it means that you can fulfill your desire of adding to your camera bag and save some money, but also do so in an environmentally friendly way. If you're looking to trade in as well, or just sell some kit, then you can do a quote in seconds and sell your gear without even leaving your home. In the UK, MPB offer a free home collection service on any day that suits you, as well as local drop-off points, so it's super easy and simple. Half of us have kit that we're just not using, that's just lying around, so if you haven't already, give MPB a try and give some new life to your used kit. I'll leave the link to MPB down in the description box if you'd like to go check them out, and thank you once again to MPB for sponsoring today's video. So I've hiked all the way along this pathway here and up, and I have to admit at this point I'm pretty tired of the hiking. It's just rock after rock after rock. But the viewpoint from here, the lake, oh, absolutely beautiful. Look at the shape of it. I'm going to go with a really simple horizontal shot here, and I'm going horizontal because I like the way the mountains, the landscape dips down towards the lake, drawing your eye into the middle of the image. I may try a portrait shot as well, just out of curiosity, but yeah, nice, simple, beautiful view, simple image. Right, a change of scenery, I think. So I decided to trade water and mountains for water in the woodland.
We've come across this secret little hidden gorge in this woodland, and oh my gosh, look at the flow of water, a reflection of the amount of rain that we've been having recently. So I've got the 24 to 120mm lens on right now, and I'm going to start with a wide shot just to get all of this amazing scene in, and then I'm going to zoom in right into that top cascade there. We've got this beautiful mossy rock here as well in the foreground, and I'm just waiting to see if we can catch a bit of light on that water in the top to create a very ethereal image.
Once again, the weather threatened more rain, but I embraced whatever light and conditions came my way, choosing instead to focus on exploring as much as possible. The paths winding through the gorge were narrow and twisting, yet each turn revealed another captivating scene.
I'm generally not one for man-made subjects within my images, occasionally, but this viaduct is absolutely fantastic and works so well with this scene. We've got beautiful water just cascading underneath it. So I'm using my wide-angle lens, but I'm cropping off the sky just above the viaduct slightly because I don't like those harsh highlights, and just sort of cropping in just makes you feel as though you're enclosed in this space. However, because this viaduct is at an angle, the top right corner there feels wonky, so I might have to correct that in post-processing. This is fantastic, but I just feel like the scene is just sort of off very slightly on that side.
In the end, I didn't like the light here as it was nearing midday, so to me it was weirdly both flat and harsh at the same time, which I know doesn't make any sense, but I just sort of put this down to a test image, but there is certainly potential for a great image here another time.
This location is absolutely fantastic. The more I explore, the more I walk, the more magic I see, the more opportunities I can see. This is such a gem of a location that I'm definitely coming back to in the future. Unfortunately, I think this is where I'm going to leave you guys. There is so much to photograph, so much to explore, and I'm here for a few more days, but I really just kind of want to focus on the photography now. I'm sure you will understand that. As much as I love filming, it is time consuming. But of course I will share with you the adventures that I get up to over the next few days.
I discovered some truly remarkable spots, although I know there is still so much left waiting to be explored, even in the places I've already visited on this trip. For me, photography is all about the joy of being outdoors, the thrill of witnessing nature's fleeting moments, and North Wales certainly delivered that in abundance. I hope you enjoyed coming along this adventure with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.